after installing Visual Studio, you will get this Studio IDE. So I was expecting you to develop an application using the particular IDE where you can use and demonstrate these Visual Studio operators. Right, VS. So that was the installation. Visual. Sorry. Visual Studio 2019. Let me open the application. This part is not required, so you can just do that later. The first time when the welcome screen is there. So let's start with the blue theme. Then create new project. Under new project, select the console application. So this is so you have to select C# one, right? Now this is Visual Basic. This is not the one. Console application. Here C# Windows console application. The basic, very basic. C# console application. Select that and click next. Then give a name, console application one, maybe let's say operators, and then create the project. This was my expectation actually. So I wanted you to create an application to demonstrate operators, not just operators. So I know how to use operators and all, that is very easy for you. So that is not a big task, but I just want you to create an application to demonstrate that. So you'll get this code. So for an example, an application should have inputs and output both. So I think you have hard coded, most of you have hard coded that. So rather than hard code in your variables and values, so it is better to get an input from user and then process the input according to the given operator. For an example, let's say let's display a message first. Console dot write line or write let's say enter number 1. Then let's read it to int n1 equal int 32 dot parsc, because you have to convert it to int. Then you have to read that input, console dot read or read line. Then second one, similar to that, you can get the second input. Copy the same and paste it again. int n2, this is 2. Then you can give some instructions. So you can write console dot write line, press plus to add numbers. You can give line by line, maybe a new line. Press plus to add number. Then You can give the other inputs as well. So the inputs means then plus to add numbers. The next one you can say minus to subtract, and let's give yeah, adding and subtracting only. So then you can read the operator string, the particular operator op equal console dot read line. Okay, something like this. So when you run this program, when you start this program or when you run this program, so it should ask you number one. Let me show the output. So it should ask you number one first. Okay, if you are, yeah, number one, you can say 12 and enter. Sorry, I did a mistake here. I have input 12 here. Then enter number 2, 34. It will then ask for the operator. So press plus to add numbers, minus to subtract, then the division to divide, and multiplication asterisk to multiply. Likewise, it will give the operator suggestion. Then you press the operator. So after pressing the operator, you should get the results. So that's what I was expecting you to do. Application. So because so it should be completed with so you should take an inputs, then process, then you have to give the output, right? So how you process this? Okay, assume that addition and subtraction with only there. So how you process that? Now you need to tell me the code. What's going on? What's next? Hello. Now I need you to reply. Are you there? Okay, Rovindya, tell me. Yep. Anyone. Bihari. කවුරු හරි කියන්න. දැන් කතා කරන්න පටන් ගත්ත කෙනා කියන්න. මයික් එක ඔන් කරේ. මොකක්ද ඊළඟට කරන්න ඕන? So we have taken the inputs. We have taken inputs that operate as the input. Then what should we do? මොකක්ද ඊළඟට කරන්න ඕන? Hello. ඔයගොල්ලන්ට ක්ලියර් නැද්ද ලයින් එක? මට කවුරු හරි කියන්න පවර කියන්න බලන්න මොකක්ද ඊළඟට කරන්න ඕන මම?
numbers add කරලා process කරන්න.
ඔව් numbers add කරලා process කරන්න දැන් මොකද්ද මම දාන්න මම දැන් input විදියට තමයි මේ තුනම ගත්තේ. ඒ කියන්නේ මම input විදියට input විදියට ගත්තා මොනවාද number 1 ගත්තා input එකක් විදියට. number 2 input එකක් විදියට ගත්තා. operator එකත් මම ගත්තා input එකක් විදියට. ඊට පස්සේ
අපි
දැන් operators දෙකක් තියෙනවා.
variable එක
ඔව් operators
total කියලා දාලා define කරලා ඒකට ඇඩ් කරන්න ඕනේ number 1 and number
මෙහෙමද
2.
int total equal number 1 plus sorry n1 plus n2 n1 plus
Yeah, sir, but the අර operator එක
yeah that's what I'm asking එතකොට operator එක කොහොමද ගන්නෙ operator එක plus ගහන්නත් පුළුවන් minus ගහන්නත් පුළුවන් කොහොමද ඒක හොයාගන්නේ අපි පාවිච්චි කරන තව ෆන්ක්ෂන් එකක් මොකක්ද ඒකට කියන නම ඔපරේටර් එක ප්ලස් ද මයිනස් ද කියලා. ඒ කියන්නේ තීරණයක් ගන්න නම් අපි මොනවද පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ ප්‍රෝග්‍රෑමින් වල? දැන් ඔයගොල්ලෝ දන්නවනේ ද ප්‍රෝග්‍රෑමින් වල basically දැන් you all are just after your higher national so you know that so there are three things basic three components in program structure. So you call like what you call control structures. So one is sequence, the second one is selection, the third one is repetition. So if you have decision to be taken, so if there's a decision that you want to take, so you have to use which one, sequence or selection or repetition.
selection, right?
Selection එක කොහොමද ගන්නෙ programming වල?
If
Yeah, you can use if statements. That's what I was asking. So please respond. Don't be afraid. Please respond. If OP is equal to plus, if it is plus, you can do this. The total can be calculated in this way. If OP is if OP is plus, you can calculate the total in this way. Or let's make this more general. Let's have something called answer. int or whatever answer ans, right? So answer is initially, let's say initially it's 0. So then you can say here answer is n1 plus n2. Answer is n1 plus n2. Else you can tell the answer is yes. Tell me, there are two things, only two options. First option is user will enter plus. If not, we can assume that user will enter minus. Or you can again check that else if this OP is equal to minus. If it is minus, what should you do? Answer should be, you can say n1 minus n2. Else you can say the operator is invalid. You can say console dot write line invalid operator. This was the answer that I was expecting, right? So that's what I want to tell, because so you have done, yeah, I know that. So you can declare two variables, add in, that is like so even when you started learning programming in your DTech or diploma level, you knew that part. That is in the very beginning. So but now you are just after your higher national diploma, so you should definitely know how to implement an application. So I was expecting you to implement a meaningful application. That's why I was expecting this. I'm repeating the same thing. The last day we have explained this, we have explained operators and all, application console applications and all. So now today also I had to explain this again, because you have not done it in sometimes you might not actually you might not realize, or you might not understood the question. So I don't know whether that is the problem, or sometimes you are reluctant to code. So I personally know some students they have selected networking path just because they hate coding. So but the thing is, I'm really worried what they are going to do after that, because they can anyway they can work in technical level. I don't mind, they can work in technical level, but when it comes to advanced level, or If they are, for an example, think that they are going to network in security, so just having networking knowledge will not enough to be a professional in network security, because you need the coding knowledge, how these internal codes and all these are working. Otherwise, you easily the hackers can bypass you. So you can just start with maybe a network technical level job. But in order to start network technical level job, you don't need high national diplomas or degrees. So you can just have some experience and start networking technical level job. මේ කෝඩින් කියන එක අත්හැරලා ඔයගොල්ලන් IT වල ඉස්සරහට යනවා කියන එකද? ICT වල කෝඩින් කියන්නේ මොකක්ද? කෝඩින් කියන්නේ කම්පියුටර් එකට කියලා වැඩක් කරගන්න එක. එතකොට ඔයාලා ඒක අතහැරලා යනවා කියන්නේ ඔයගොල්ලෝ ICT user level එකට වැටෙනවා. ICT professional level එකට නෙමෙයි, ICT user level. users ලට පුළුවන් දෙන application එකෙන් වැඩක් ගන්න. දෙන application එකෙන් මොකක් හරි කරගන්න පුළුවන්. software එකක් දැන් network ඉන්නවා, මොකක් හරි professional networking post එකක ඉන්නවා. ඔයාට කියනවා මෙන්න මෙහෙම issue එකක් තියෙනවා. ඔයා ඉස්සෙල්ලාම බලන්න මේ issue එක solve කරන්න තියෙන software එක මොකක්ද කියලා. ඔයාගේ network එකේ මේ issue එක තියෙනවා කිව්වොත්, මේ security vulnerability එක තියෙනවා කිව්වොත්, ඔයා බලන්න ඒකට ඉස්සෙල්ලාම දාන්න පුළුවන් software එක මොකක්ද කියන එක මිසක් ඔයාට අපි හිතමු මේ වෙනකොට software එක release වෙලා නැහැ. නැත්නම් software එක release වෙලා තියෙනවා, ඒ වෙනකොට ඒ release වෙලා තියෙන software එක costly. හැබැයි ඔයාට සමහරට පොඩි coding knowledge එකක් තිබ්බනම්, සාමාන්‍ය coding knowledge එකක් තිබ්බනම් ඔයාටම implement කරගන්න පුළුවන් පුංචි දෙයක්. දැන් නිකන් හිතන්න ඔයගලන්ට සමහරලාට Linux based environment එකක් ආවොත්, Linux based environment වල හැම වෙලේම configuration settings වලට edit කරන්න තියෙන codes. So if you are in a networking field, එතකොට ඔයගොල්ලෝ networking field එකේ Linux based network environment එකක ඉන්නවනේ. එතකොට ඔයාලට edit කරන්න වෙනවා අර configuration files. ඒවයි ගොඩක් තියෙන්නේ code related දේවල්, coding related දේවල්, configuration settings විතරක් නෙමෙයි. ඉතින් ගොඩක් වෙලාවට ගොඩක් කට්ටිය කරන්නේ ඉන්ටර්නෙට් එකේ බලාගෙන ඒ විදිහටම හදන එක. හැබැයි එහෙම නැතුව අන්ඩර්ස්ටෑන්ඩින් එකක් එක කරන්න නම් you should at least need some level of coding, not that professional coding level එකක් නැතත් basic coding ඕන. දැන් මේ කතා කරන්නේ basic coding එක. ඒ හින්දා ඔය ගොඩක් මම දන්නවා networking select කරාට කට්ටිය ඒගොල්ලෝ එතනිනුත් fail. එතන ඒගොල්ලෝ ඒ වෙලාවේ හිතනවා networking අරගෙන degree එක ගන්නවා කියලා. හැබැයි මේ degree එක අරගෙන යාළට යන්න තැනක් නැහැ. මොකද මේ මට්ටමින් ඒගොල්ලන්ට හරිහමන් job එකක් කරගන්න බෑ. මොකද ඒගොල්ලෝ IT වලට බයයි. IT වල එක පැත්තකට බයයි. ඒ හින්දා තමයි අනිත් පැත්ත තෝරගෙන තියෙන්නේ. මම නම් කියන්නේ එහෙම නෙවෙයි. IT වල සාමාන්‍ය ඉගෙන ගන්න ඕන ඕවරල් අයිඩියා එකක් තියෙන්න ඕන අනිත් පැත්තෙත් කොහොමද වැඩ කරන්නේ කියලා. ඕගොල්ලෝ ප්‍රෝග්‍රෑමින් ඉගෙන ගත්තා. ඕගොල්ලෝ software කරාට ඕගොල්ලන්ට අයිඩියා එකක් තියෙන්න ඕන network වැඩ කරන්නේ කොහොමද කියලා. Otherwise your software when it gives a trouble, hardware level trouble එකක් දුන්නොත්, network level trouble එකක් දුන්නොත්, ඔයාගේ software එක ඔයාට ඒක fix කරගන්න තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ. අනිත් පැත්තට network කරන කට්ටියටත් code level එකේ idea එකක් තියෙන්න ඕන. මොකද එහෙම නැත්තම් ඒගොල්ලන්ට තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඒ software වලින්, network software වලින් මොනවද කරන්න කියන එක ඒගොල්ලන්ට තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඉතින් මම දකිනවා ගොඩාක් ලොකු අඩුපාඩුවක් ඔය level දෙකේම ඉන්න. දැනටත් මම දන්නවා ඉන්නවා technical level එකේ උඩ level වල මිනිස්සු ගොඩක් වෙලාවට network ඉන්නේ network security ඒ වගේ දේවල් වලත් ඉන්නවා. එහෙමත් ඉන්නවා. හැබැයි coding අහුවම coding බෑ. coding වලට කැමතිත් නෑ. coding බෑ. හැබැයි කරන්නේ network security. So I don't know how these people are going to help these organizations. So really, because they are just like strip kiddies. ස්ට්‍රිප් කිඩිස්ලා වගේ තමයි මොකක් හරි දුන්න ටූල් එකක් ඉම්ප්ලිමන්ට් කරගන්න, දෙන ටූල් එකක් ඉන්ස්ටෝල් කරගන්න, මේ මට්ටමේ තමයි ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ නොලෙජ් එක තියෙන්නේ. ඉතින් ඔගොල්ලෝ බලන්න දැන් වෙන රටවල් වල විශේෂයෙන්ම වෙන රටක ජොබ් එකක් කරන්න ඕන නම් ඔයගොල්ලන්ට ඔහොම ලේසියෙන් සමහරලාට පොඩි ටෙක්නිකල් ලෙවල් එකේ එකක් කරගෙන කරන්න බෑ. මොකද ඒගොල්ලෝ බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා ඊට වැඩි හයි ලෙවල් එකක් ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ ඕගනයිසේෂන් එකට ඔයාලව හයර් කරලා. එහෙනම් මේ දෙපැත්තම ඉගෙන ගන්න. නෙට්වර්කින් දැන් මම කෝඩින් කියලා දෙනකොට බයට ඔයගොල්ලෝ නෙට්වර්කින් වලට යනවා. එහෙම වෙන්න එපා. ඔයගොල්ලෝ අතෑරලා බය වෙලානේ ඇවිල්ලා ඉන්නේ ගොඩක් කට්ටිය. හැබැයි software field එකේ ඔයගොල්ලෝ හිතන්න එපා software engineering කියන එක විතරක් ඉස්සරහට jobs විදියට තියෙයි කියලා. ඒවා තියෙන්නෙත් නෑ. software engineering කරන්න පුළුවන් robotsලා ඉන්නවා. software engineering automate කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඉතින් ඒ හින්දා ඔයගොල්ලන්ට මේ එකක් විතරක් ඉගෙනගෙන ඉස්සරහට jobs කරන්න ඒ වගේ opportunities තියෙයි කියලා හිතන්න එපා. ඔයගොල්ලන්ට overall idea එකක් තියාගෙන යන්න ICT කියන්නේ මොකක්ද කියලා. So to do that you need networking knowledge, software knowledge, you need security knowledge, architecture knowledge, implementation level knowledge. So you need everything. at least up to some extent, not perfectly, but at least up to some extent. Otherwise you are going to be stuck in some level. So you're not going to be a successful employee, and you are not going to help the organizations to truly go to its potentials, right? So anyway, so just go through this. So invalid operator, then last line you can say console dot read line. Last one you can say console dot read line to stop the program. So now you have only two operators. So let's say before that I missed one thing. Before that, what you have to do is, so you need output part as well. So you have to print the output console dot write line. You have to tell the output to the user result. What is the result? Result is, you have to give the operator. The first operator is n1, then you have the operator, then you have n2, then you have the equal mark, and then the answer. So I prefer if answer is float or floating point number, because in addition and subtraction you will get integers, integer addition and integer subtraction you will get integers. But in case of division, multiplication, so you can implement this using floats, so because then that will support real numbers, decimal numbers, and all these integers and decimals both. So better to implement it not in int, implement this in float n1, float n2, and here also float or double, whatever, right? Let me show the results. Enter number 1, let's enter number, sorry, let's enter a number, enter number 2. So then it say press add. I'll press add. It will say okay, 2012 plus 56 is 68. All right, then again do a calculation. Let's say 45, then 23. I'll select minus, then the result should be, result is 22. So then we have some meaningful inputs and outputs. So that was the expectation in this level, right? Okay, so try to develop this level application. Then what you can do is, after implementing this, send us, you can send it to WhatsApp group, send a video screenshot, of this, or video screencast, maybe small clip, to show your code, to show the inputs and outputs, how it's working. So let's assume if I enter an invalid operator, what will happen? So let's enter some numbers and let's give invalid operator. It says invalid operator results, it gives 0. That is something wrong. You have to think about that as well, because 34 divided by 56 is not 0. This is invalid operator. After that you have to stop the program. Okay, you have to repeat the program again and again. So you can do what you can do. මේක දිගටම යන්න බෑ, මේ ගණන් හදන එක. දැන් මේක අපිට නවතින්න නැතුව දිගටම යන්න ඕන. කොහොමද එහෙම කරන්නේ? Yes, if you want to repeat something, then අපි ඉගෙන ගත්ත control structures තුනක් තියෙනවා කියලා මම මතක් කරා. මොනවාද? Sequence, selection, repetition. අපිට මේක නැවත නැවත කරගන්න ඕන මොකද්ද? Hello?
Repetition?
Yeah, you have to use repetition. I can use while loop or some other thing. So let's say int I equal 1. I'll say while I greater than 1. I'm going to repeat this. All these steps I'm going to repeat. So including this read line, I'm going to repeat this. So I equal 1, I greater than or equal to 1. I'll give this as a comparison operator. I'll give I equal to greater than or equal to 1. Then there's a problem because I is 1, I එකයි, I greater than or වැඩි හෝ සමානයි දෙකට කියලා බලන්නේ වැඩි නන්න හැ සමානයි කියන එක එනවා හැම වෙලේම. ඉතින් හැම වෙලේම I එකයි. මේක කවදාවත් නවතින ප්‍රෝග්‍රෑම් එකක් නෙමෙයි. අපි කියන endless loop එකක්. හරි endless repetition එකක්. මොකද හැම වෙලේම I එකයි, I ව වෙනස් වෙන්නේ නැහැනේ. දැන් අපි I වැඩි කරා කියලා මේක නවතීද? I වැඩි කරා කියලා මේක නවතින්නේ නැහැ. මම දැම්මොත් මෙතන I equal I plus 1 කියලා. I දෙකයි. දෙකත් එකට වැඩිනේ. එතකොට එකත් යනවා I greater than or equal to 1 කියන එකනේ බලන්න. 3 4 5 6 එහෙම වෙන්නෙත් නැහැ. ඉතින් මෙතනදී මට කන්ඩිෂන් එකක් දෙන්න වෙනවා. දැන් මම මෙතනටම ඇඩ් කරන්නම්. ඊළඟට new line එකක් දාලා මම කියනවා new line එකේ -1 to exit. ඕගොල්ලෝ මේ වගේ ඒවා මේ I think you have experienced these things, same thing, similar things in when you are getting help from maybe your mobile app, mobile network provider. So if you want to reload, if you want to data reload, so you'll get a menu, when you put hash something hash, you get a menu. That menu says press 1 to this, press 2 to this, press 3 to this, next යන්න මෙහෙම කරන්න, reload කරන්න මෙහෙම කරන්න, recharge කරන්න මෙහෙම කරන්න, data reload නම් මෙහෙම, education plan නම් මෙහෙම. Likewise it give options. It's a console application. It's similar to a console application. It has commands where you have to switch between the inputs, switch between these inputs and do something. Here I have instructed or press -1 to exit. Press -1 to exit means, so if this operator is -1, so here I have another thing, else if I'll add that OP equal -1, then what should happen? This is string, no? This is string, so you have to code that. If OP equal -1, you can say, so you are inside the loop, so what you can do, loop එකෙන් එළියට යන්නේ කොහොමද? When you are inside the loop, how you are going out of the loop? If this is -1, you have to go out. So I think you have to remember the things again and again. You have done this in HNDs. Loop එකක ඉන්නවා නම් කොහොමද loop එකේ යම්කිසි condition එකකින් එළියට යන්නේ? Exit වෙන්නේ කොහොමද? මොකද්ද මෙතන දෙන්න ඕන code එක? Anyone? Okay, assume that you cannot remember that. That is called break. Have you heard of that? අහලා තියෙනවද break කියලා එකක්?
Yes, sir.
The thing is that you cannot remember it now, right? So you have to go through the fundamentals, basics, right? Do your homework and come. That's what I really recommend you. Okay, anyway, so this is I equal I greater than 1 is, that is always true. You are inside always true loop, so this is continuing. But in case if user input -1 according to this instruction, the /n means new line. According to this instruction, if a user press -1, the operator will be equal to -1. In that case, it will break. Okay, now you can enjoy this. Let's say enter number 1, I'll input some number. Enter number 2, I'll input another number. Then I'll give plus. It will show me the results. I'll press enter. It will again ask enter number 1. Enter number 2. I'll ask them to subtract. Then it will subtract the number and give you the answer. So I'll enter again. So now you can continue this. Enter number 1, I'll press some number. Enter number 2, I'll press some number, maybe 0, whatever. So I'll press -1. Then it will exit. So I just need you to write down this kind of program. Okay, now I think you know the structure and all, right? You can just take a print screen if you wish. or if you want you can take a screenshot. Anyway, I'll try to share the video, but I cannot promise. I'll try to share the video. So using this video, try to so next time try to develop an application. Application means a complete one with inputs, outputs, processes, the meaningful inputs, meaningful outputs, and processes. So implement an application to demonstrate these kind of operators. I'll show the operator types that you want to demonstrate. So let me remind that if you forgot. So I need you to demonstrate operators like arithmetic operators like plus, minus, division, multiplication, power, and modulus. So go through this. Plus, minus, division, multiplication, better write down, power, and modulus. Then bitwise operators. I need complete application. Bitwise operators, you have to implement AND operator, O operator, NOT operator, XO operator, shift in right and shift in left. Then assignment operator. Equal, not equal, equal. Then you can say plus equal, minus equal, division equal, power equal, modulus equal, n equal, o equal, then n equal, o equal, shift equal, xo equal. Try to do these things as assignment operators. Some might valid, some might invalid, but you have to try. Then the logical operators. Logical operators, you have to try AND, O as logical operators and NOT. Then the comparison operators. And the comparison operators try equal, not equal, less, greater than equal, less than equal, greater than, less than, those things. Okay, I need you to try all these things in a single application. So it should give the instructions. So bitwise operators. මෙහෙමයි දාර දිගට පල්ලයට හදන්න එපා. හරිද? දැන් මේකේ instructions දෙනකොට console application එකේ දැන් මම මේ දෙකක් තියෙන හින්දා පල්ලයට instructions දුන්නා. මම මේවා දෙකක් හින්දා තමයි මම පල්ලයට දුන්නේ මෙහෙම. ඔයාලා මේ පැත්තට දෙන්න. bitwise operators ටික මේ පැත්තට දෙන්න හරහට. ඊළඟට arithmetic operators ටික, logical operators, ඒ වගේ operators ටික දෙන්න. operators ටික දීලා ඉවරලා ඒක demonstrate කරලා පෙන්නන විදිය application එකක් තමයි මට ඕන. I need all the operators, all the kind of operators. operators වර්ග ටික ආපහු මතක් කරනවා. මොනවාද? arithmetic operators, bitwise operators, assignment operators, logical operators, and comparison operators. Okay, right. හරිද? ලියාගත්තද? ඔගොල්ලෝ ලියාගත්තද?
ඔව් සර්.
හරිනේ. Okay. So then this is actually related to the last week lesson. දැන් අපි මීට වැඩිය පොඩක් fast යන්න ඕන. හැබැයි දැන් ඔයගොල්ලෝ ගොඩක් කට්ටිය දැන් අදත් join වුණ කට්ටිය හිටපු හින්දා තමයි මම last week lesson එක ආපහු repeat කරේ. So you have to develop an application. So try this. Code එක දැන් ඔයාලා ළඟ තියෙනවා. මේක දිහා බලලා ඔයගොල්ලෝ code එක try කරලා බලන්න. මේකම නෙවෙයි දැන් මේ වගේ ඔය application එකක් හදාන්න ඕන console application එකක්. මේ operators ඔක්කොම demonstrate කරන්න. So keep it, so maybe you can, yes, you can even publish it in your blog, because there are kids learning these things. They want to learn how operators work likewise. So make it like එකත් පොඩක් colors එහෙම දාලා හදලා console application එකක් විදිහට. ඊළඟට ඒ වගේ වෙන දේත් ඕනනම් පුළුවන් නම් explain කරලා DOS වල help එක වගේ. ඔයගොල්ලෝ ගියාම command prompt එකට දැන් මේකේ ඔයගොල්ලෝ help එකට ගියාම පෙන්නනවනේ මේකේ පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන් commands එක ඉස්සරහින් පෙන්නනවා මේකෙන් මොකද්ද වෙන්නේ කියලා වගේ. හරි ඒ වගේ දැන් ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ application එක run කරාම මේ arithmetic operators ඒ වගේන් මොකද්ද වෙන්නේ add number මෙහෙම දැන් අපි ගත්තොත් මට ඕන MD කියන එක වෙන හැටි බලා ගන්න. මම මේක question mark එකක් එක්ක ගහනවා. එතකොට මේකේ මට පාවිච්චි වෙන විදිහ දෙනවා මේ MD වලින් create වෙනවා directory එකක්. ඒක දෙන විදිහ. ඊළඟට ඒකේ උදාහරණ කීපයක්. හරි. එතකොට ඒ වගේ help එකකුත් එක්ක දැන් that is called documentation, internal documentation. Documentation දෙකක් තියෙනවානේ, internal documentation and external documentation. Internal documentation means how code is aligned, how comments are used, how the help is given. So that is part of internal documentation. In external documentation, you provide a physical document of development related things, SRS and all. So that is external documentation. So anyway, provide this with a help. Provide your application and help. So then, so it will be more useful. Then you can publish the application in a setup එකක් හදලා you can publish that application in your blog. Then juniors, those who wish to learn programs and all, they can test these operators and learn that. Right? So try to go at least one step beyond what was expected from the syllabus. Otherwise, what will happen ultimately? ඔයාලා සිලබස් එකකට විතරක් ඇටච් වුණොත් වෙන්නේ මම සිලබස් එක උගන්වනවා. ඔයගොල්ලෝ ඒ සිලබස් එකෙන් 80%ක් ඉගෙන ගන්නවා කියලා අපි හිතමු. ඒ 80% තමයි ඊළඟ පරම්පරාවට යන්නේ. එතකොට ඒ ඊළඟ පරම්පරාව එයා ඔයාගේ 80% වෙනුත් තව 80%ක් තමයි ඊළඟ පරම්පරාවට යන්නේ. ඒ විදිහට ගියොත් එන්න එන ජෙනරේෂන් එක මැට්ටෝ වෙනවා. So don't make that happen. So දැන් මම කියනවා නම් එකක් ඔයා මට අඩියක් දෙකක් කර ඉස්සරහින් ඉන්න ඕන. So you know that there's a traditional statement saying that අර කියන්නේ සිංහලෙන් අපි ළමයි හදන්නේ අපේ පස්සෙන් එන්න නෙවෙයි අපිව ඉස්සර කරගෙන යන්න කියලා. So ඒ concept එක තියාගන්න ඕන. So we should make actually we should compose or compile our children so to not to follow us, just to go beyond us. So then only they will develop, their brain will develop, or the community and entire world or the country will develop then only. So if you are just going if you are just passing your teacher, then only it will happen, otherwise it will not happen. Right? Try to go one step එක step එකක් අඩුම ගන්න ඊට වැඩිය පුළුවන් නම් හොඳයි. එක step එකක් හරි ටීචර්ට වැඩි ඉස්සරහට යන්න බලන්න. So දැන් මම කියන්නේ operators try කරන්න කියලා ඒකට application එකක් හදන්න කියලා. ඔයාලා ඊළඟ දවසේ එන operators වලට application එක හදලා ඒක වාගේ blog එකේ දාලා ඒකට setup එකකුත් හදලා. So now you have a software, small software to test operators, learn operators. ඒ මට්ටමට එන්න පුළුවන් නම් that is something better. So I'm more than happy to see that if that will be actually delighting if I see something like that. It is really fascinating, and I'm delighted to see such activities from students. But you all are surprising me by not doing the activities and not doing the homework. But the thing is, you have to surprise me by doing homework plus some more work. Try to do that in next week at least. Then I can enjoy the lesson. Otherwise, I feel bored when teaching. Right, okay. Then the next thing is, so I'll give some more exercises on, actually, this is like training, this top-up program, we expect you to train. Not like the HND program, we guided you to complete the assignment, then you have submitted assignment, then we have graded and passed. But in the top up, this is degree, and ultimately you will be getting a class, or not, even you are not getting a class, whatever, you will get a degree. So if you need a degree holder means something, it's a milestone, something special. So that's why I'm giving you a training, because next level, after that you don't have exams. After the degree you don't have exams. You have to practice, practice and practice. You have to show your skills. You have to get a good job. Maybe you have to start your startup, a new company. You have to be an entrepreneur. I don't know, a businessman, whatever. Then you need to practice. You don't have exams. So in that level you need this. Okay. So therefore try to align with the way that I'm doing the lesson. So otherwise this will be again traditional teaching or traditional class. So what I expect you to do this, you know that repetition, you can do many things using repetition. Repetition will simply repeat. Repetition වලින් වෙන්නේ මොකක්ද කියලා කිව්වම එකෙන් repeat වෙන එක තමයි වෙන්නේ.
Hello, sir.
Yeah,
You can use
now you can hear, no?
Yeah.
Right, okay. So I got a call, because of that got a disturbance because I'm connecting using mobile hotspots. Sorry about that. Right, okay. Then the next thing, so you know the repetition can be used to repeat the steps again and again. So I need you to use repetition to print these things. So just try to, I'll show one thing. So let's start from 1. This is very small exercise. Let's go till, if it is less than or equal to 10, console dot write line console dot write line I, then console, after that let's say console dot read line, right? Let's say I equal I plus 2. So what's the result of this program? If I run this program, what will be the result? මං එකෙන් පටන් ගන්නවා 10ට වැඩි අඩු වෙනකන්, අඩුයි හෝ සමාන වෙනකන් අයිව මම print කරලා 2කින් වැඩි කරනවා. මොකද්ද මේකේ result එක? Anyone? කවුරු හරි කියන්න බලන්න මට.
13579.
Yeah, that is odd numbers. No, 13579 is odd numbers. So I need just use the same structure. So you can see I need just use the same structure. So you can print this horizontally, right? Console dot write this one and plus, so you can say plus a tab. Okay, then you can print this in other way, 13579. So whatever, so you can either print vertically or horizontally, it's up to you. So use this technique to print the following things. I need these are the questions. Next day you have to come with the results, come with the answers, that's the expectation. Okay, print odd numbers from 1 to 10. Second, even numbers from 1 to 10. Third, triangular numbers from 1 to 10. Fourth, square numbers from 1 to 100. Here also 1 to 100. Then 5, pattern. So these patterns 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, then 13, 21, 34, 55. So this is called Fibonacci series. So this is done by using adding numbers. 1 plus 1 is 2, 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 2 is 5, 5 plus 3 is 8, 8 plus 5 is 13, 13 plus 8 is 21, 21 plus 34, sorry, 20 plus 13 is 34, 34 plus 21 is 55, likewise. So then this one, so this pattern, so this is like this is called factorial. 1 into 2 is 2, 2 into 3 is 6, 6 into 4 is 24, 24 into 5 is 120, 120 into 6 is 720, likewise. This is called factorial. So then not only that, so you have a good week, so stay at home and do this pattern, asterisk, double asterisk, 3 asterisks, 4 asterisks, 5 asterisks, and the other way, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Not only that, this one as well. And the other way. And this one. These patterns, there are 5 so patterns, I have given 7 questions, 1 2 3 4 5 patterns, as well as these 2 patterns. Okay, so please write down the question somewhere, because you have to complete these things. So you have 2 exercises next day. So one is the console application that you have to develop to show the operators and how they work. The second one is, so you have to create an application or the repetition, apply repetition to print odd numbers, even numbers, triangular numbers, square numbers, and these patterns. Okay, ලියාගත්තද? හරිද? Take a screenshot, that is the easiest way.
Okay.
Okay. ඕකේ කියන විදිහට මට තේරෙන්නේ නිකන් වෙන මහන්සි වගේ. දැන් කරන්න පටන් ගත්තේවත් නෑ තාම. So we just take in that warm up. These are the warm up exercises. So we have not yet started to do the top up. So these are some warm-up exercises just to remind you what you have done in your HNDs, and just to remember the things that you have done, and to maybe it will be useful to memorize and practice. So sometimes you forgot coding because you have used it long time ago. So use this to practice it again. Okay, with that I'll stop for today. So this is the thing, and next day please come up with these answers. So remember the questions, do it, pass these questions to others as well. Those who absent today, pass that to them. Otherwise, they will come next day and tell, sir, api ada giya sathi aave naha." So that is the easiest answer to give. But the thing is, you can't give that answer in your life. So you can give that answer in your class. That is true, but you can't give that answer in your life. So therefore, make it a practice. Even though you're absent due to some reason, follow it. Follow it. Ask from your friends. Do the exercises. Do your homework and come. Okay. Thank you very much. Next day we'll discuss the other part. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, come.
Thank you, sir.